By the end of this video, you're going to have no problem at all solving systems of 3 equations. And in literally like 1 or maybe 2 sentences, here's how this video is going to get you there. We're going to start off with a system of 3 equations that's a little bit easier to solve, and then we'll do a system of 3 equations that's a bit harder to solve. And after we do all that, I'll give you a problem to try and answer in the comments, and by that point, it should honestly be breezy. And remember, if you're looking for the notes for this video, and guys, not just any notes, I mean, are we even still talking about this? These are printable notes. And if you're looking for a copy of these printable notes, I'm gonna have that linked right in the description. Also in the description, I have an extra video linked where you and I will go through and solve 10 more systems of 3 equations. I honestly can't believe I'm gonna do all that. That's gonna take forever to record. But yeah, that extra video is gonna be linked in the description. So starting off with problem 1, we have our first system of 3 equations. Now, how the heck do we solve a system of 3 equations? Well, what we're going to be doing with this system is we're going to be reducing it into a system of equations that we already know how to solve. And by that I mean a system of equations that only has 2 equations and 2 variables, because we already know how to solve those. So that's going to be our goal. And how we can achieve that goal is by first picking a pair of equations here where we can eliminate a variable pretty easily. And if I look at my x column here, I can see that in the second and third equations, if I just add those 2 together, I can actually eliminate my x. So let's do that to start off with. Let's take the second equation, x plus 2y minus z equals 1, and we're going to bring down the third equation as well, which is negative x minus 3y plus 2z equals 0. And now what we're going to do is actually add those 2 equations together. And when we do that, we get x plus negative x, which is x minus x, and that's 0. So the x's cancel off like we expected them to. We get a 2y plus negative 3y. So it's 2y minus 3y, and that's negative y. Then we have negative z plus 2z. That's a positive z. And then we have 1 plus 0, which is 1. So what we've just done is we have our first equation. We've made our first equation where we only have 2 variables. And now we want one more of those equations that only have a y and a z. So we need to pick another pair of equations from our first 3. And we want to cancel out the x. So if I look here at my x column, I can see that, well, if I can get a negative 2x here in the third equation, then I can just add that to the 2x in the top equation, and there I'll be able to cancel off my x's again. So let's do that. My first equation, I'm going to keep that. That's 2x minus 4y plus z equals 10. And in my bottom equation, I'm going to multiply that by 2 on both sides. That's how I get the negative 2x here. So if I multiply this bottom equation by 2 on both sides, I'll get 2 times negative x is negative 2x. That's what I wanted in the first place. Negative 3y times 2 is negative 6y. 2z times 2 is a positive 4z. And then we have 0 times 2, which is 0. I almost wrote 2. Holy crap. All right, awesome. So now we are going to add these 2 equations together. And 2x minus 2x is 0, so great, our x's cancel off like we want them to. We have negative 4y plus negative 6y, and that's negative 10y. And then we have z plus 4z, which is 5z. And that's going to be equal to 10 plus 0, which is 10. Now, something that I notice here, I mean, you don't have to do this if you either don't see it or just don't want to do it, but I see that all of my terms here in this equation are multiples of 5. And honestly, I'd rather look at smaller numbers than larger numbers, right? I think like all of us would. So what we can do here is we can divide by 5 on both sides. And dividing by 5 on this side, it just is the same thing as dividing each term by 5. So we'll do that. And then we have negative 10y divided by 5, which is negative 2y. We have 5z divided by 5, which is just a positive z. And then we have 10 divided by 5, which is 2. And honestly, I think that equation is much nicer to look at than this one. So now what we can do is we can bring this equation down and write it underneath the other one where we've already eliminated x. And right here, we have a system of two equations, and there's only two variables. There's just the y and the z. So this is something that we already know how to solve for, and to do that, we just eliminate one of the variables and solve for the other one. Now, how do we do that here? Well, what we could do, we see these z's are lined up, but z, if we add the two equations, we'll get z plus z, and that won't make the z's cancel off. So what we could do is multiply each side by -1, and that'll give us the negative z that we want, and then we add the two equations together. But here's a little bit of a quicker way. And I don't know if you know this yet, but just as we can add two equations together, we can also subtract two equations. And if we subtract the two equations here, we'll end up getting z minus z, which is 0. So that might be a little bit of a quicker way to go about things, and so let's subtract the bottom equation from the top equation. So first off, we have negative y minus a negative 2y. And let's think about that here. I don't want to overwhelm you with all the negative signs, so I'll write that out. Here we have two negative signs from the minus negative 2y. And when we see two negative signs together, you can just make them both positive signs. And that's negative y plus 2y, which is a positive y. So that's what we get for the y's. Now for the z's, we get a z minus z, and that's 0. We get the z's to cancel. And then lastly, we have a 1 minus 2, and that's -1. And so now we've solved for our first variable. We get that y is -1. And I'll be honest, once you go through and you solve your first variable in a system of three equations, you're very close to being done with the entire problem, because it's very easy to find your other two variables from there. What we can do is we're going to take one of these two equations where the x was already eliminated, and we're going to use that to find z. So I'll take this equation, negative y plus z equals 1. And I'll plug in that y is -1. And again, be careful here with the negative signs. So negative -1 is the same thing as +1. And we get 1 plus z is equal to 1. Subtract 1 on both sides. And that will give you z is equal to 0. So there you go, z is solved for now. And now that we've solved for z and we've solved for y, what we can do is we can come back up here to the top and pick one of these equations. I think I'm going to pick the second one. That looks like the easiest to plug into. And we plug in our value of y, and we plug in our value of z. So the only thing left is x, and we solve for x. If we plug in, we get x plus 2 times y is -1, and then z is 0. So from there, we get x, 2 times -1 is a -2. And then we have minus 0, so that doesn't do anything. And that's equal to 1. Lastly, we add 2 on both sides. And that gives us that x is equal to 3. So we've finally finished this problem. We've gotten our x, our y, and our z. And we can put this answer, we can format it as an ordered triplet, as a whole point. We can write it as x comma y comma z. That's just in alphabetical order, so you can remember that pretty quick. X is 3, y is -1, and z is 0. So with that, we have our answer for problem 1. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to a harder system of three equations. And you can kind of see why it's a little bit harder this time, because if you look for a variable to eliminate, I mean, you can look at this z here and be like, all right, well, if I multiply this bottom equation by -5 and get a -5z here, I could cancel off with this 5z. And if I did it with, if you multiply by -6 on both sides and get a -6z here, you could cancel off with the top equation and get your z's completely gone. But when you multiply by like 5 and 6 and stuff, and you start multiplying by like larger numbers like that, it's a very easy way to blow up your system of equations and get large numbers that are just annoying to work with. Like here, you'd start multiplying 13 by things like 5 and 6, and I don't know, that's just not very pleasant. So what we can do is we can look elsewhere. And if I look at my y's here, I notice the same kind of pattern that we had with z's, but with y's, we are dealing with smaller numbers, 3 and 2. So what we can do is we can take this top equation and we can keep it the same, and we can have our second equation be multiplied by -3 on both sides to get a -3y here. And then we add those two equations together to cancel off our y. So let's keep that top equation the same, -5x plus 3y plus 6z equals 4. And like I said, let's go through and let's multiply both sides of the second equation by a -3. So starting off, -3x times -3 is a positive 9x. -3 times y is -3y. And so we get those y's to cancel off like we want to. And then we have 5z times -3, that's -15z. And lastly, we have -5 times -3, which is a positive 15. And now we can add those two equations together and get those y's to cancel off. So -5x plus 9x, that's a positive 4x. The y's cancel. We have 6z minus 15z, and that will be -9z. And then we have 4 plus 15, which is 19. And so we get our first equation that only has two variables. So now let's do that same process again, but this time for the bottom two equations. Because with this second equation, you see I have an arrow drop down already, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by -2 on both sides to get a -2y here, and then that'll cancel off with the positive 2y in the bottom equation. So, like I said, we're multiplying the second equation by -2 on both sides, and multiplying -3x by -2, you get a positive 6x. Multiplying y by -2, you get -2y. Multiplying 5z by -2, you get a -10z. And multiplying -5 by -2, you get a positive 10. And then we can just bring down our bottom equation, and from that we get -4x plus 2y plus z equals 13. So just copying that bottom equation down. So now what we can do is we can actually add these two equations together, and then we cancel off the y's like that. First we have 6x minus 4x, that's 2x. We have the two y's that cancel off. We have -10z plus z, which is -9z. And then we have 10 plus 13, which is 23. So great, we get our second equation that only has two variables, the x and the z. And now what we can do is we can bring down this second equation. We can write 4x minus 9z equals 19. And now we're just solving a system of two equations with two variables. Now how are we going to do this here? Well, I see these -9z's are lined up. If we add them together, we're going to get a -18z. But since they have that same sign there, if we subtract those two equations, remember here's where that subtraction comes in again, we can get them to cancel off. So let's do that. Again, I just like subtracting them because I think it's a bit faster than multiplying both sides by -1 and then going through and adding the two equations. So first we have 2x minus a 4x, that's -2x. We have -9z minus a -9z, and that's 0. We have 23 minus 19, and that's 4. So we get that -2x is equal to 4. And from there, let's just divide by -2 on both sides. And we get that x is equal to -2. So our first variable is now solved for. And like I said, when you solve for your first variable, you're pretty darn close to being done. Just plug in to your equations and you get your other variables. So I'm going to plug into this 2x minus 9z equals 23 first. And that's going to help get me my z. So plugging in that x is -2, I have 2 times -2 minus 9z is 23. 2 times -2 is -4, so I get -4 minus 9z is 23. And from there, I can do a few things. I can add 4 on both sides. And that'll give me -9z is equal to 27. And then lastly, I can divide by -9 on both sides. And that'll just give me that z is -3. And now I've solved for x and I've solved for z. So the last thing that we have to do is we have to pick one of these equations and plug in our x and our z to it to find y. And I'm going to take this second equation here, I think, because the y is almost by itself already. It doesn't have like a nasty number on it or anything. And also these numbers are fairly small, so I think the math is going to be a little bit nicer. But I'll plug in my x and my z. And from that, I will get -3 times x is -2. I get plus y. And then I have plus 5 times z, which is -3. And that's equal to -5. Now -3 times -2, that's a positive 6. So I get 6 plus y, and then 5 times -3 is -15. And that is equal to -5. So now we're almost done here. All we have to do, we can combine like terms, or we can just start by subtracting 6 on both sides to get the 6 gone. And we can add 15 on both sides to get rid of that -15. And so we essentially just pile up like terms on the other side. So if we do that, we get that y is equal to -5 minus 6, that's -11. -11 plus 15 is a positive 4. So now I have x, y, and z. Now we can write our answer as an ordered triplet, as x, comma, y, comma, z. We know our x is -2, our y is 4, and our z is -3. And that right there is the answer for the last problem for this video. So that is how you solve a system of 3 equations. It's definitely a lot of work, but you can get it done. Now, if you feel pretty comfortable with everything that we've talked about in this video so far, then here's a problem for you to try and answer in the comments. Here we have another system of 3 equations, and so yeah, give this a shot. Let me know what your answer is in the comments, and if you have any questions on anything we talked about in this video, again, let me know in the comments and I'll try to get back to you when I can. Now remember, I do have that extra video where we go through and solve 10 more systems of 3 equations. I can't believe I'm going to go through and do that many problems. I'm actually going to record that right after this. But yeah, if you're looking for extra practice with this, especially if you have a quiz or a test coming up on this stuff and you're looking to review, I definitely recommend you check out that extra video, which is linked right in the description. And while you're there, you can of course snag the notes for this video as well. Lastly, make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. We're getting closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers by the day. I know some of you watching right now are subscribed, and I just want to honestly take a second to thank you because it's part of the reason and part of the thing that keeps me going, you know? So anyways, that's going to do for this video, and I'll see you soon.